Hey everyone, Carrie here, and I love going live. And what I love even more is how I figured out how to do a recorded video live with you. So I am going to show you and introduce you to Coach Michelle Kramer Richards. She's Coach Michelle K. We have three Michelle coaches. And Michelle came to us as a client almost a year ago now. With so many issues as she was turning 50 and wanted to get healthy and feel better and feel confident. And her story is powerful. And so she shared her story live in our 5 weeks to wellness seminar just recently. And so I want to be able to introduce you to her so that you can hear exactly what it is that she went through and what she did, how she did it. And I hope that this is an encouragement and inspiration for you as well. If you are interested in joining our 4 weeks to wellness lifestyle launch, which is our signature program where all of our coaches went through, which is why they are coaches, because it was so transformative and life-changing for them that they wanted to support others. So our doors close Sunday, and that is it for a while. We only do this a few times a year. We've tried to make the investment as minimal as possible, considering the amount that you get. It is completely personalized for you, unlike any other online program out there. You simply cannot get personalized coaching with such an extensive education developed by a professional educator for the cost that you have. So I encourage you to just listen to Michelle's story. It's really powerful. Thanks.
I grew up in a very loving family with a mom who, of course, was trying to feed me and my twin brother nutritiously. And we were always, she did not keep sweets in the house, was fairly restrictive in that sense on a regular basis. And as I got older, especially in high school, and weight I was putting on weight more easily. She would often, when we did house sweets, offer my brother dessert and not me, which was extremely painful. Anyway, I realize now, of course, hindsight is 2020, how much of that had an impact on who I am and my issues with food. Um, so in college, when I didn't have my mom to restrict my food, I kind of went crazy and had freedom. And I still always thought about what I was eating, and in the back of my head, I would feel guilty, or I would think about like, I know I shouldn't be doing this. But I gained, gained a lot of weight. And finally, my junior year, I started exercising regularly. So I found that I could actually balance what I was eating if I exercised. And I dropped a lot of the first, freshman 10, freshman 15, and started to actually feel good. And I would eat less. I would think that I was eating healthy by eating, an apple and a slice of bread because I wasn't eating chocolate or candy. And I, from then on, had that mindset where I could always balance what I was eating. I was eating fairly healthy with exercise. And all my life, adult life, have thought about what I've been eating. And it's a burden, as we all know. It's a weight. And I was exercising a lot. And I was probably the thinnest I ever had been in my life. Like I looked good, but I was exhausted. I was eating kale and like nothing else. I would be making one dinner for my family, and I didn't feel deprived because I was very on a high of how good I looked. I never looked that good, but I remember just being so tired. And of course, that's not sustainable. At least it wasn't for me. I turned 50 last year, and I found disruptive nutrition kind of in a roundabout way. I signed up almost immediately for the 4 days to wellness because this was the first nutritional approach I had heard about that really resonated with who I felt I was. I didn't want to diet. I didn't want to feel guilty anymore. I didn't want all the things that dieting, and I didn't want the burden of thinking about what I was eating all the time. But the biggest thing that sort of hooked me was that they said, the coaches, Carrie and Deb, who I was listening to at the time, said you could change the speed of your metabolism. And I had been brought up my whole life saying, it's our genes. We just have slow metabolism. We just, like, I knew I would never be a really skinny person. We just have big bones. It's just our fate in life. And they explained through the approach how balancing our blood sugar, we actually could speed up our metabolism. And I was like, yeah, I cannot believe that's possible. But if it is, I'm going to find out. It was time. I was determined that I was not going to live the next 50 years feeling this way. And so my parents had given me some money for my 50th birthday. I was very fortunate. And I just said, you know what? There is no better thing to spend it on. I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if it's real. And it is. And part of why I've become a coach is because it keeps me accountable. I'm inspired every day. There's so much amazing information, and I am always in awe and so appreciative that Coach Carrie is basically, she gives away so much of this to anyone because she truly believes in it, and we all do. We believe how much it will help people, and we want to share that. So feel free to message me if you have any other questions you want to know about me or my story. I'm happy to answer them. Hi, Michelle. There's so many Michelles. I love it. And have a great